Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Temperance card. In a lot of ways, this is about you tapping into your own power of manifestation through getting into alignment or flow with what it is that you really want. The other thing that this suggests as well, some of you could be looking into or, wanting to, for some of you could be wanting to specialize in something at the moment. And this might be a time where you're thinking about a pathway towards that, dedicating more time, more effort, more energy to specializing in something, possibly something to do with your field, or maybe just something that you've wanted to do as a vocation. The other thing as well, I actually feel like this week a lot of you are going to be checking in with yourselves about your value system to really say to yourself, actually, do I want this thing anymore? Maybe you've been chasing for something for so long that you have a moment, and it happens for all of us. It's totally normal to have a moment where you step back and say, actually, you know what, I'm chasing this thing and I don't want it anymore. I'm just not sure how to get off that path. So this is a really good week for that, like checking in with yourself. And I kind of get the feeling that you might, for some of you, this could be interacting with a, sorry, you'll have to forgive me, it's allergy season here in the UK and it is absolutely killing me. You could be interacting with a professional of some kind, a therapist, a counselor, a healer, or maybe even a coach, or something like that, to really get you to look at things in like a really different, or maybe even a more holistic kind of way for yourself. With that said, if you are a continued subby, Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. So for your actions and options, so you got the 5 of Cups. So technically this is the second 5 because the Temperance card is number 14. 1 and 4 gives you 5, so it's 2 5s. 2 5s is a vigil, and one way that this could show up, I'm really sorry to say this, but on the more sort of extreme level, this could literally represent like actual mourning in some way. So maybe somebody has passed. For some of you, this might be an anniversary this week of somebody passing, and this is you working through the feelings that brings up. It could also, it doesn't have to be a literal death as well. This could be something, maybe a path or an avenue that is closed to you now, or maybe for some of you, like I said, maybe you decide, actually, I've been chasing this thing for so long, I don't want it anymore. And when that happens, it is effectively a death, especially if it's something that you've put a lot of time, effort and energy into. So this week could be a week where you are mourning or grieving for something, maybe not necessarily a person, and you're processing the feelings with that, and maybe that's what you're connecting with a professional with over. For your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So usually a Taurus, Capricorn or a Virgo woman. This could be a professional of some kind that has lots of earth energy or is very grounded. And because it's in your communication sector, this could be you maybe strategizing with someone about how to get the most out of what you've got, or maybe how to enhance or lock in the plans that you have. So that could be interesting for your oh, come on, brain. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, that Queen of Pentacles, it really sees you sort of milking what is available to you at this moment in time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I kind of feel like this might be a last pass with something, or where you're saying, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to use the same thing again. This will have to be the last time. I see you really clearly defining something that you've been working on. For those of you that are employed by somebody else. That Queen of Pentacles, it's nice in that, you know, work could be a lot more focused. You could be getting a lot more out of your work this week, but you might be expected to show up in a more sort of practical, tangible way. If you've been sort of working out of the office and all of that kind of stuff, you may be asked to return to it this week. You know, and be more present, be more sort of maybe even more vocal about some of the ideas that you have for your those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. This is, I think, as well, for some of you, this is looking at maybe your resources that are available to you to put into your business. And maybe instead of, you know, the original number that you had, you're maybe trying to find a way to use less, or to you know, and maybe even divert some of your money or funds towards a different project. With the Temperance card here, I actually feel like for a lot of you, when it comes to business owners, this might be a shift towards something that actually you feel a lot more passionate about. For your those of you that are retired, the Queen of Pentacles is really asking you, are you getting, especially with the Temperance card here and the 2 5s and the Vigil, right? Are you getting the most out of your life at this moment in time? And if not, what can you do to enhance the experience? For your love and relations, you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is great. So for some of you, this could be travel, especially coupled with the Temperance card as a double hit of Sagittarian energy. This could also be a big change point in, like I said, a personal value system, or it could be a different understanding that comes in around relationships. So for those of you that are single, this could be a week where your focus around relationships, what they are, how they look like, you know, ones that you've had previously, your focus is very, very different, or your understanding of relationships is shifting in some way, and in a powerful way. I actually think for a lot of you, this could be a week where you do maybe bump into somebody, and, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're aligning with them, but there may be something about this person that makes you think, wow, you know what, I could date that person. Or maybe you look at them and think, actually, you know what, the person that the version of me that would date you was the version of me that was like 5 or 6 years ago. So it could be a very revealing week when it comes to love. For those of you that are partnered, great week for travel, really great week for, you know, any form of getting out and about and seeing different things and places. It could also be that an opportunity to travel comes up through the partner in some way. For your oh, come on, brain. Money and materials, you've got the 7 of Wands. So for those of you that are partnered, this could be a financial burden, challenge, or issue that you've had that now comes to an end, because the Wheel of Fortune is smoothing the path, and the Temperance card suggests that you're aligning with what actually you do want. For, you know, those of you that are single, or maybe those of you that are in more of a settled state, that 7 of Wands, it could be that there is something that you're having to query over a financial thing. So maybe your bank have overcharged you for something, or maybe a subscription service that you have been paying for hasn't delivered. Like, there's something here where if you dispute it, you may get a rebate of some kind. So it could be cool if you're willing to, you know, do the little bit of legwork that may be entailed with that. For those of you for your physical health and vitality, for me, the 7 of Wands is always the immune system. And with the Temperance card here, I am tempted to say to you, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but with the Temperance card here as well, for some of you, if you are checking in with a doctor or a medical professional, ask them to look at your immune system and how it may or may not be functioning, you know, well or right. When it comes to your home and environment, I mean, with the Temperance card, this suggests that maybe whatever's happening in the external world this week, you may feel it but not want to get sort of pulled up into the drama of it. And I think that's actually a very wise thing to do at this moment in time. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.